So with the release of Hogwarts Legacy, you have two sides of the aisle. You have people who are playing the game. Well, actually, it's three sides of the aisle. You have people who are playing the game because they just wanted to play the game and be left alone. That's one. You have people who are playing the game because they enjoy pissing people off and pissing off the activists who hate this game. That's number two. I think I fall in the first two. I'm not really sure which I like more. Then you have the third. The third is people who are using this opportunity to virtue signal and to be one of those people who are all for trans rights. And they want to pretend like this entire fucking game has to do with trans rights, when we all know this game has nothing to do with trans rights at all. It's just literally an RPG game based in Harry Potter that is fantastically done and very well made, and these people don't want to admit it. And now you have YouTubers who are coming out and trying to be part of the the anti crowd, right? They want to be the ones who are virtue signaling. And the latest example of this is YouTuber Noah J456, who apparently goes on a wild lecture during Hogwarts Legacy stream and claims that telling lies about men becoming women and women becoming men is a human right. So he's basically talking about how trans people are real, like trans women are real women, trans men are real men, all this obvious nonsense, and how that's a human right, and that if you don't lie about that, then you are bigoted. That's essentially what it is. Now let's get into this article. This one comes from some good old Bounding Into Comics, written by John F. Trent. And he says, popular YouTuber Noah J456, who has over 5 million subscribers, recently claimed that telling lies about men becoming women and women becoming men is somehow a human right. Now, listen, I get it, okay? If he has 5 million subscribers, obviously he's going to try to protect those subscribers as much as humanly possible. And he thinks the only way of doing so is by virtue signaling. But I don't think he realizes that you're never going to please the crowd. You're never going to please the crowd. The crowd is always going to be mad at you. And the thing is, once you take a side, you automatically piss off 50% of the other side. So you might as well not take a side, honestly. You might as well pull a Tim Pool and just fence it and call it a day and play your fucking game. That's it. You're live streaming a video game. Why are you talking about politics? Why are you talking about gender ideology? If you saw a trans character and you saw hate in your chat, ignore the hate. Ignore the chat. Just ignore the hate. Who gives a fuck? Like, why do you have to bring it up? Because now you picked a side, and now as you picked a side, you're going to piss off a lot of people. It says a YouTuber shared a clip, a recent live stream of him playing Hogwarts Legacy, where he claims to have encountered a man pretending to be a woman in the game. After allegedly seeing a ton of vile hatred, he decided to lecture his viewers on what he describes as a rant. The YouTuber posted on Twitter this writing, I went on this rant when I saw a ton of vile hatred in my chat after meeting a transgender woman in Hogwarts Legacy. He added, transgender rights and representation are human rights and representation. Period. Yes, period, queen, period, slay. Now, the thing is, I don't really care about the representation of trans people. When I came across that character, I had a hilarious time with it and I moved on. That was basically it. I didn't get mad that they had a trans character in the game because I don't give a fuck. The game is fucking amazing. And it's based in Hogwarts, and that's all that matters to me. Like, I don't understand these people who are trying to make this into a fucking trans right thing. This game is not a trans right thing. Like, I just don't get that. In the video, which is less of a rant and more of a conglomeration of numerous cuts, the YouTuber states, it blows my mind that people just can't see human beings as human beings and let people just live the way they want to live. Well, the thing is, we do. That's the problem. We do. The problem is the activists want to come out and force you to make you live the way that they want you to live. That's the issue. It's amazing to me that people like this want to come out and say, oh, just let me live. Oh my God, you're in my way. Just let me live. But they're the ones who are literally in your face about it 24/7, right? I mean, they don't know how to just leave you the fuck alone. That's the problem. So they don't want you to be worried about them. They want you to let them live, but they're the ones who are literally in your face. Imagine a kid going to your face, poking you, screaming at you, and saying, I'm not touching you, leave me alone, I'm not touching you, let me be. It's the same exact thing. If you would just shut the fuck up and try to act like a normal person who is just going about their lives, nobody would care, nobody would even bother. But because you want to be all up in the media, all up in people's faces, telling them how they need to live, telling them that they're bigoted if they don't believe your nonsense, telling them that to ignore biology because you say so, telling them a whole bunch of things about how they should live their lives, ironically, and you want to come out and say, we're the ones controlling your life. It is incredible to me. I don't really know how else to put it other than that, but it's incredible. You guys are so fucking hypocritical. You're full of shit. He continues to sit here and say, play the game. I came here to play the game, not be political. If you think other people living their lives the way they want to live them, and me wanting people to understand that they are people too, if you think that's political, that is a very thin veil. It is political. It is political, my friend, unfortunately, because you want to make it such. All right. If you want to just say something like, oh, look, a trans character, that's pretty cool, and move on with your life and pretend like they are just normal people, then that's fine because that's how you're supposed to treat them, like normal people. But you want to make them into this big martyr for your virtue signaling social justice nonsense. And now you want to pretend like we're the ones at the problem? It's ridiculous. He says, and hey, everyone can change, he went on. Just because you were transphobic in the past doesn't mean you have to be transphobic in the future. Everyone can change. That's literally like a staple of being human. That's one of the most beautiful things about being human. You can be raised one way, think one way your entire life, and you can change. And if you say they're putting it in the game and everything like that, like guess what? Trans people exist in real life, just like cisgender people do in real life. You have a problem with a trans person being in the game but not having a problem, and it's just normal gameplay for the rest of the game. But that bothers you. That's you having a problem. That's not the game having a problem or the game being political. Well, I will say if there's only one transgender character in the game, that's going to feel real tokenized, in my opinion. That's going to feel like it's a token character. They just threw one in because it's just there. You know what I mean? Like, it just seems like an easy way out, but that's my opinion. Interestingly, Noah J456 then notes his immoral political statements and embrace of obvious falsehoods and lies are actually losing him subscribers. Every time I bring it up, it makes me lose viewers. It makes me lose subscribers because people don't think it's okay to take a couple seconds to talk about equality and human rights. No, you're an entertainer. You're an entertainer. Fucking entertain. Why are you talking about politics, human rights, equality? Why are you talking about? You're a jester, right? Like we're entertainers. That's what we do. We all have our niche within the entertainment space. Entertain people. Make them happy to view your video. Don't make them feel like they just watched a fucking Joe Biden speech. Like, why are you making this into a political thing? If that's a problem with you, then and you can't watch me anymore because of that, that's fine. I just hope a little bit. If I even change one person's mind in the chat right now, it was worth it. He concluded. Yeah, that's usually how these hardcore left-wing overlords think. They feel like if they can indoctrinate at least one person, they're happy. In a subsequent tweet, he added, the next few streams I do of this game will be sponsored. I am promising every cent of the money to LGBTQIA+ and transgender rights charities. Oh my God, the virtue signaling. The virtue signaling. This is such a virtue signal. It is pathetic. It really is. Now that made it obvious. That made it even more obvious when you started to do the whole charity thing. Now, come on, man. Who are you trying to impress? Who are you really trying to make believe you here? This is a conversation about me. I will do my best to support those whose voices should be the loudest, he asserted. And they are the loudest. They are the loudest already. They have the loudest voices, and that's the problem. They don't know how to shut the fuck up. While Nowhere J456 attempts to lecture his viewers on morality, it's clear he doesn't have any ground to stand on. Bishop Michael Burbidge of the Catholic Diocese of Arlington in his letter outlines the church's teaching on the human person and human sexuality rests on three principles knowable via reason. All right, so bounding into comics is going to get into the whole religious thing, and they take any opportunity to do so. I'm not going to lie to you, but I'm just going to kind of skip that and kind of go from here. So yeah, listen, I don't know why people like this person decides that he needs to make this into a whole ideology thing, right? You say you're here to play a game, so play the fucking game, right? Have a good time, play the game, get people excited about it, enjoy yourself. But if you want to make yourself part of the 1% that is angry at this game because it's transphobic in your mind, but you're still playing it because you know it's going to get you viewers, likes, retweets, subscribers, and all that stuff, you're a hypocrite. Play the fucking game. Shut up. Nobody cares about your ideology, your political speak. Nobody cares, dude. And if you're mad that you're losing viewers about that, then those viewers are trying to tell you something. They're trying to tell you something, so why don't you listen to them? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy, and if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know your thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.